Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Friday and it's time for some fun stuff. I got a package in the mail from Mr. Penn. This was sent to me as a gift to review on the channel and show you guys some of the things that Mr. Penn has available for them. For the public purchase. Of course, you can purchase Mr. Penn's stuff on Amazon or directly off their site. Um, I also received in the mail, yay, my Little Secrets from My Fairy House by Clara Markova. I did order this a while ago. I was going to wait and have a friend of mine in Prague send it to me. However, it's not going to be available in the stores. It's only available on her Etsy site. So I did order it from her Etsy site. And there's been several flip throughs of this book, so I probably won't go through it too much. But we need to take a look at what Mr. Penn sent me. So let's look at that first. I haven't even opened the box, so let's take a look. So let's get this off. Well, it seems that the post decided to open it for me. It was not treated well by the post office, so let's see how much damage was done. All right. So it came in this wonderful box, and it says, there's a little card. It says, "We hope you will enjoy this box. Included in the box you will find some of our best-selling and new products that we offer. We are a company that has a simple purpose, and that is to serve the schools in our community by providing them with high quality and affordable school supplies and tools to help them in their efforts. As a result, we want to ensure Mr. Penn can provide superior quality, the most affordable products, and amazing customer service experience from the beginning." And of course it says we would like you to review these, or we would like to give you this gift, and if you could review them, that'd be great. So we've got some glitter gel pens, and it was beaten up pretty bad. It's got some damage to it, and I think that's postal damage. So we've got some glitter gel pens. We've got a 36-piece premium quality colored pencil set. And it too has received a little bit of damage, so hopefully they're not completely smashed. And then we have a 36 pack of colored pencils. I think this is a student grade. Not sure, but we will try them out. And we've got a whole bunch of filling. Lots of black and white filling. And what else do we got in here? Okay, so there's nothing else left in the box, so we're going to move the box. I don't know where we're going to move the box to, but we're going to move the box. We'll put it down there. And this is pencil sharpener and eraser. Okay, let's see what's in here. Pencil sharpeners and erasers. Providing everyday needs. Mr. Penn is a very good company. They've been around for a long time. Ooh, cool. Oh, those are neat. So on one side is an eraser, and then on the other side is a dual sharpener. That's really cool. And there's 4 colors. So there's green, blue, purple, and red. That's really, really cool. I like those. I'm going to put those in there. I think I'm going to leave the red one out on my desk. And we'll test and see if it leaves red residue from the eraser, because that would not be fun. But I like the combination thing. I have a similar thing with Faber-Castell as well, but they only have this small sharpener in theirs. This has got a big one too. I wonder if it'll fit the other chunky pencils. Looking for the pencil sharpener that I use for my Felismos. Well, let's check and see if a Felismo will fit. Not like I don't have them handy here. Let's grab one from here. So if Felismo will fit, and it does. Awesome. So it fits the Felismos. So it'll fit a good chunky pencil too. Let's see if it'll sharpen one. That one was sharpened, so. Let's see. So this one needs a bit of a sharpen, so. Oh, it sharpens nice. Look at that. Sweet. So it sharpens very, very nicely. And it fits the Felismos, which is fantastic. So that is definitely staying on the desk. Now this is one of their pencil sets. And you can even scan for a free gift. Let's take a look here. I don't like these cardboard packages. Okay, so there's some tape there, I think. Yeah. They make it difficult to open. There we go. There, that's better. Alright, so let's take a look at these pencils. Well, there doesn't seem to be any broken tips. There is some, of course, rubbing on the top there. I don't see any broken tips. So these are just a very basic hexagonal colored pencil. No name, no number on them, anything like that. And let's see, I printed out a small chart because I was going to test another set of pencils, but let's just test a couple of them on here. Let's go with some of the darker colors that we normally have issues with being scratchy with cheaper sets. So this is a red. It's a little dry, but it's not extremely scratchy. It's just dry. I'm not putting any pressure on it at all either, so. It's not too bad. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera here so you can see what I'm doing. I do apologize. It is cold here today, and I have a stiffly nose. So I'm just going to put down another layer on top of it. Again, I'm not putting any pressure on it. So without putting any pressure on it, it's actually putting out a pretty good amount of color. So now I'm going to put pressure on it for this lower part. I'm getting a feeling that these need to be sharpened before you use them because I'm getting a better color saturation after I get past the first layer, after I start getting into the pencil itself. So I don't know if they dip them, but they do feel like they have a wax dip. It's not as deep of a saturation as I'd like, but it's pretty good. Let's see what other colors do we have here. Put this one back. Where did it come from? Okay, so I think that was a pink red. So let's try this one. This one is a darker red. That one's more of a pink red. This one's got a bit of a brown red look to it. Not scratchy at all. Getting a good saturation without any pressure. Now we're going to start adding the pressure. And it's pretty good too. Definitely a deeper red. More of a red, not a pink red. It's got a touch of brown in it, so it's that deep burgundy kind of, not even burgundy, I guess mahogany kind of red. They're very similar. This one just is a little bit darker than that one. Alright, so that is reds. Some of the reds. There's a couple more in here. Let's try a deep green, because deep greens also tend to have some issues. They've got a good amount of colors in here. Oh, and laid down quite nice. Not getting a whole bunch of scratch, just a little bit of dry. They are a dry pencil. Just getting down a second layer here. Again, I was just going very lightly on that. And then we're going to go a little deeper. Not as much pigment in the green as I would hope, but still not too bad. Let's give it a sharpen and see if that helps. Ooh, that sharpener does really good. That was a small. Of course, that tip is going to break off. There it goes. Oh, that's even smoother. That's better. Definitely sharpen them if you purchase these lower Mr. Pen pencils there. It's going to blow away the excess from me breaking a tip. Alright. So that's the red and the greens from this 36 pack. And I assume by the looks of it that they're the student quality compared to the premium quality. So we're going to compare them to the premium quality. These are a hexagonal colored pencil. It doesn't have any sort of information on it that tells you any of the composition of the pencils beyond that they're a colored pencil. This one here also does not have any information on it of the composition of the pencils, but this says premium quality, so I assume this is their higher grade. I'm just going to open these, if I can get them open. There's tape on the side holding the cardboard casing shut, which is good so that you don't end up with pencils all over the place during shipping. Alright, now, oh, there's a little tabby here that you pull up and it opens that. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's start with our red. So these are a barrel instead of a hexagon. Also, just the Mr. Pen logo, no color names or numbers. Quite a smooth pencil, no scratch. It's not even feeling dry, it's actually feeling quite soft. Get a pretty good lay down. I'm not putting any pressure on the pencil at all, other than to keep it in the space. Okay, now we're going to put our heavy hand to it. That's not bad at all. I think between the two sets, we'll probably have a pretty good 72 set. That's a pretty good color. It lays down quite nicely. Okay, let's try a different red. So that's one red. Let's try the dark red. So this is going to be a darker red. Again, the laydown is feeling a lot smoother, a lot softer. So it's not as scratchy, or, well, it's not even scratchy. The other pencils aren't what I would call scratchy. I would call them dry. They don't cut into the page, but they do feel dry on the page, where these feel a little bit smoother. Just putting down another layer here. So those would be great for details, and these would be really good for doing your full coverage type things. That's not bad. Now another one that does usually have issues, as I said with the other set, is the dark greens are usually one that in the lesser expensive pencils you will find that it has some scratchiness to it. So I'm going to grab a dark green here. What's this one here? There's all different greens in here. There's a lot of green in here. Alright, so here's our dark green. Ooh, really pretty green. This one feels a little bit drier than the red. Oh, now I've broken it. Just wanted to turn it, didn't want to fling it across the room. It's not too bad. Just going to go in with a heavier hand. This one does feel a lot drier, but it's not cutting the page. Which is great. Alright. Well, that's pretty cool. And the sharpener works really well. Let's see how on the hexagonal, let's see how well it works on. So 2 turns and we got that level of a point. Much better after sharpening. Definitely smoother after sharpening. Alright. Alright, so let's do a quick couple of tests with these. Now I wasn't completely prepared to do a testing, so I'm going to just take these 2 groupings here and we're just going to do a couple of little tests on them, like the water test and the smudge test. So we're going to dust them off, make sure that there's no residue, and then we're going to take our brush. Where's our water brush here? I know I have one. This one here has water in it. So we're going to take our water brush and we're going to pull it down. No movement on there. No movement on there. And no movement on there. So they are water resistant by the looks of it. I'm not getting any water movement at all. The little bit of movement that you see is the ink on the page. So they're not moving at all. Now let's see if we can smudge them. So I'm going to push up, and they're not smudging either. So they don't smudge and they don't move with water. Good to know. Let's try the glitter gel pens. So we're going to judge on smoothness, whether or not they're really, really choppy when you try to lay them down, and B, how much glitter they have. How sparkly. So they've got the Mr. Pen logo. They have a pen grip, which is great. Of course, a lid, and it looks pretty full. So that's really good too. So let's do here. So didn't need a whole lot of pressure to get it going. We're just going to do half. Then we'll do the other half in pink. So it does have to be held upright. In order to get the flow. Sometimes the roller ball or the where the ink comes out is a little bit broader and you can draw on the edge. I'm used to drawing or coloring like this, which sometimes it works. Sometimes it gets to be a little bit scratchy if you're not careful and tip over too far. That covered quite nicely. All right, let's do the hot pink. Oh, the lid fell off. And that could be because of the shipping damage. Now those two oranges look very, very similar. Same with the yellows. So let's do those next. Let's see how similar they are. Didn't take a whole lot of, I didn't have to shake it or scribble with it to get it going. It just went, which is great. They're really nice. They're just flowing very nicely. Let's see how much glitter we have. So that's red and pink. And we're going to turn on a light here so that we can see the glitter. Ooh, it's got a pretty good glitter. That's really shiny. So it's got a silver glitter in it instead of a colored glitter, which does, I find it dulls down the color a little bit because the silver comes out and even though it reflects the color a bit, it's not the same as if you use a colored glitter. Pretty and shiny. Alright, so let's try these orange because these look very, very similar to me. This one here is showing a lighter band than this one, but we'll see. See how different it is. I'm just going to go down the corner to corner here. Just going in little tiny circles, filling in that space, trying to make sure that I have less lineage, because lines drive me crazy. Not that it matters, it's a test swatch. It's not a big deal. I'm not coloring a huge area with it, I know. Alright, so that one took a little bit to get started. Okay, so this one is lighter. So we have a light orange and a dark orange. So this one is lighter than the other one. Even though this one has the darker band on it. So I will probably switch those cartridges because this one is lighter than this one. This one has a lighter band than this one, so I'll probably switch the cartridges around in those. Now for the yellows, these two here, Well, there's 3 different yellows here. So let's take a look. So this one is definitely darker. These 2 here look very similar. This one here is more of a fluorescent than this one, by the looks of the band anyway. So let's do these 2. Again, we're going to go right across the center. They float really nice though. And like I said, they have a good amount of glitter, which is great. They do have a silver glitter, which does um, take down the color a little bit. If they had used a colored glitter, it would probably make the colors a little bit brighter. Especially in the lighter colors. Okay. So this one is lighter than the other one. So again, might have to switch them around because this one here is lighter than this one here. But still a good selection of colors. There's 3 different tones of yellow, and one of which is a tannier tone. So this one here looks more tan than yellow. So it's a little bit oranger. This one's not flowing as well yet. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to get them going, but once you get them going, they work just fine. Yeah, much darker yellow. Almost an orange yellow. It's almost a light orange, which makes sense since it was up against the oranges. Alright, so the glitter gel pens definitely have glitter. They definitely sparkle. And they do lay down really, really smoothly for a gel pen. They didn't need a huge amount of activation, so I didn't have to scribble endlessly on a piece of paper to get the gel to move. All of them seem pretty full. It does come with 2 different levels of silver. Of course, your yellows, your orange, your red, your pink, your red, pink, that sort of thing. Some purples, some blues, some greens, a brown, well, 2 browns, red brown and a deeper brown, 2 silverish, and actually this one here looks like a clear white or a white. Let's try this one. We'll see what it looks like. So this one here is a clear. So 1 silver, 1 clear. So this one's just going to give us glitter. It's just checking over top of the black and make sure it wasn't white. But I think it's just a clear. So that one is just clear. So if I was to go over the red here, oh, it does have a little touch of white in it. So it does have a touch of white in it. And I don't know if it will still after it dries. So we're going to let this dry. And we'll see if it still looks white. It flows really well. Let's see. I'm going to play with this one. Oh, almost dumped my coffee. So that one looks clear or white to me. On the red here, it looks a little white, but as it dries, it's going clear. So we'll see how it does when it's dry. All right, so the things that Mr. Pen has sent me are these wonderful gel pens. This is a fairly nice set. It's got some reds, some orange, yellows, greens, blues, purple, two different types of pink, some browns, a white or clear, a silver, and a black. Lots of different colors and a good little set to get you going. They also sent me two different sets of colored pencils, which, to me is just one large 36 set, 72 set. One of which is the premium quality, one of which is the student quality. The student quality are a little bit drier, and they do have a hexagonal shape. The premium quality are a little bit smoother and they have a round shape. So that's how you're going to be able to tell them apart. Now, they do not have any names or numbers on them, and there is no swatch chart on either one of them. So you can't really go to either one of them and put the color names down. What I will probably do is I will probably put number stickers on each of them so I know which order they are. I will probably utilize this set together to create a 72 set. All right, so let's play with these a little bit. Let's play with let's play with them both. Let's open these ones up. Now I'll play in my book a little bit. We've got a little bit of time, so let's pull these 36 out and play in our little book here. Oh, and the book came with a little card as well as a bookmark. The card is a postcard, which is cool. And then we have this book belongs to Paige. Now I want to get, it looks like I don't want to break the binding of the book. So let's go in the center here. Or at the end, maybe. Well, that's a very Christmassy looking one. Let's do that one. Or this one. Let's do this one. All right, so we're going to do this page here. If I can keep things from moving around my desk too much. All right. So let's grab Mr. Pen here and I'm trying to. I want to pull these out, but I don't want to pull them all completely out of the box. So let's do it that way. And we're going to use this red here. We're going to use the Mr. Pen sharpener. I'm just going to do one complete turn. And then we're going to Oh, they go on this paper really nice. This paper is a lot smoother than her regular the paper in some of her other books. I don't know if that's normal or, but it feels a lot smoother. Now, with having it being a smoother paper, I will have to see how well we can blend these. So we'll have to see how well pencils blend on this paper as well. Definitely feels a lot smoother. It's way smoother than my cardstock, that's for sure. I know that she had to go with a different printer, so that printer may have had to go with different paper because her printer wasn't able to produce the book in time. Alright, so we're still just going over everything with the red here. I'm just putting a base coat on. And like I said, with the paper being as smooth as it is, these pencils are just laying down really smooth. Now my next question will be, with the paper being as smooth as it is, am I going to be able to blend colors together, or am I stuck with just one color, which would not be good. But we will see in a moment after I get this mushroom cap covered. With the red, we'll start adding some blues and yellows and oranges. Now I'm going to leave open the spaces that I want the yellows and oranges to be in. Well, at least the yellows, because yellow over top of red is going to make orange. Which is fine, but I want some of the yellow as well. Alright. I'm assuming somebody's calling me. Hold on one moment. I don't know why my phone is doing that, because there's nobody calling me. I'm just going to put it over there, because that's weird. Oh. I don't know why my phone is vibrating. It's very weird. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to figure out why my phone was doing that, because the phone wasn't ringing. There was nobody calling in. So I just shut the whole thing off. My phone's haunted. I have a haunted phone today. Alright. Now I'm just going to feather this out a little bit so that when we put the yellow in, it'll have an area to turn orange. I'm just going to lighten that there. Darker here. There we go. Now we're going to find our dark red. And we're going to give a sharpen. Alright. Now this one I sharpened a little too sharp, so just going to build that color on the edge. I'm actually quite impressed. I don't I don't approve of the cardboard packaging, but I understand that that is a budget thing. Definitely keeps them in the budget range. But if you're going to ship art supplies, I always suggest to companies that are shipping art supplies not to use those cardboard packages because they don't protect the pencils very well. I understand why they do it, but I'm not going to say I like it. Alright, now we've got that deeper there. We're going to put this deeper here, and then we're going to change the color of that for those deeper shadows. Alright. So they are combining. I am able to get these two reds to combine and give me a deeper color, which is great. Now, this is going to be the tester. Can we change the color of our red? So I'm going to take this blue and we're going to add some shadows. Yeah, and it's combining to change the color, which is great. Now we're going to add some shadow under here. Pull the book towards me a little bit here. And anywhere that I've got the more blue showing because I've missed a spot, I'll go back through and add a little bit more of that deeper red. So basically what I want to do is with the blue is I want to turn it kind of a deep purple color. Giving us that shadow line. Alright, so up here is deep again. So we're just going to be adding this blue to those deeper shadow areas. So basically just where the shadows are the darkest. And we are able to combine the dark red and the blue to get a nice dark color there. Which gives us a good shadow. So that's really good. I'm glad that they're able to be, the colors are able to be built up not only for the book, but for the pencils as well. So I'm not having any issues combining these pencils and combining the color to create those shadowy colors on the paper, which is really smooth. So sometimes with really smooth paper, putting more than 2 or 3 or 4 colors, depending upon how smooth the paper is a little more difficult. And I'm not having any huge amounts of difficulty combining these 3 colors right now. And we will see how it goes when I add the 4th color for that yellow. Just putting in this shadow here from these little areas that are mushy. So I'm using this blue and red. I know you can use purple, but it gives a different look when you use purple. At least I find it does anyway. Alright, and come down here where this shadow is. And under here. Add that shadow. And under here. And on the edge. Again, going over it with that darker red, intensifying that shadow color a bit. Alright, then we're going to go under here and under here. Alright. I'm going to take this lighter red. Come out a little bit. And off off of here as well. Let's just do the whole thing. And I'll add some orange to it around the spots. The cookie crumbs. Because somebody was sitting on the mushroom eating a cookie and left crumbs everywhere. So I'm going to try to intensify that color. So I'm just building it up. I'm filling in that white spot. Now typically, now it's starting to get a little bit more difficult with the paper. So hopefully we'll be able to at least get one more color on there. But yeah, it's really smooth, really slick paper. Really, really, really slick paper. Okay, so let's take some yellow. I'm going to take a deep yellow, an orange yellow, and we're going to sharpen it because I want to be able to get into the tooth of the paper here. I'm going to go through the center here. And up and under. Some of these areas. So it's able to be on there. We'll see if it blends into it or if the blender will lift it up. So we've got some yellow on there. Let's use a blender on it. And as soon as I find it, there it is. So I've got my Caran d'Ache Bright Stick. And the Bright Stick works really well on it. It's not lifting it up off the paper, which is good. So there was enough tooth to the paper to hold the color. And it's blending those colors together, which is what I wanted. Like so. So yes, even though it is a slicker paper, you can get 3 or 4 light layers on it before it starts feeling like you're not putting down any color. But it does blend without lifting up all of that pigment. Even on 1 or 2 layers, like this is only 1 or 2 layers. And it is blending that all together, which is great. Alright, so now we're going to do the cookie colors. So we need a little bit of brown and a little bit of tanny brown. So let's sharpen those up. Again, just using their sharpener. And it is really sharpening these really nicely. Alright, so now we're just going to take the tanny brown first and just do a base coat. And I'm doing these exactly the same way I'm going to do the cookie, except for, of course, the decoration. Because I think these are cookie crumbles. In my head, they're cookie crumbles. They may not be cookie crumbles to everybody else, but they're cookie crumbles to me. And that's all that matters. Alright, now we're going to take the darker brown, give it a sharpen, and then we're going to do our edges here, our darker areas underneath and up here. Alright. Get some shadow in the back there. And then we're going to go back in with the lighter brown. Missed a spot here. And we're just going to blend that dark brown into it. Like so. So both the pencils and the paper are working quite nicely. So we're going to color the cookie up here. Going around all the decoration. And I think these are more of a cookie cake. Because I think there's a filling in them, but I'm not positive. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided its story yet. Now we're going to take the dark brown and we're going to start doing our shadowing areas. Going light to dark because of the fact that this paper is a little bit smoother and I'm not guaranteed to get the darkest colors with going with the dark to light that I want. Alright, now we're going to go over it again with the lighter brown. And I'm not using a heavy hand, I'm using a fairly light touch to get the color that I want from the pencils, which is great that I'm able to do that with a really light touch. It's very tiring on your hands and your arm if you have to press hard. At least it is for me anyway. Okay. So we might get this mushroom done. Probably not though. We'll get at least the cap area here. So we've done a combination of some reds and blue, creating a dark purple color. And we're coloring in a cookie. Now I'm going to do the decorations with pinks. So I've got a couple of bright pinks here. Let's see. So we've got a bright pink and a light pink. So that gives us the reds, browns. I'm going to do some pinks, and then I'll do a bit of gray and white on the snow. And I don't know what color to do the underneath area here. Alright, so we're going to take our bright pink, and because we want this to be dulled down a little bit, I'm going to go from dark to light. And I'm only going to be using 2 colors, so I'm not worried about whether or not it's going to be dark enough. Oops. I pressed too hard. I didn't mean to press at all, but yeah, I went to position my hand in a different way and ended up pressing on the pencil. But that's okay. I did a snap. I don't like doing snaps, but... Alright, now we're going to take the lighter color and we're going to blend. And that bright color is blending right out. It's not removing it, but it's blending right into that lighter color, which is fantastic. Now we're going to take this and just put a little bit of it here for the shadow of the snow. Like that. Alright, now we need some gray and some white. So there's only one gray in here. And the white. So of course you can make a darker gray with black if you want to have a darker gray. Alright, so I'm just going to add the shadow here from the cookie. As well as the shadow from the snow banking as well. And then the shadow for the underneath. Giving it a little bit of dimension. Like so. And then we're going to take our white. And the white is combining that gray in quite nicely. Like so. And there we have the top to our little mushroom with the cookie and the cookie crumbs. Now let's see what other colors do we have here. What color is this? Let's see. I think this is a reddy brown. So we're going to do the under part of the mushroom cap here. So I think this is a dark brown. Dark reddy brown, yeah. Almost a purple red. Just going to do all of that detail work with it, as well as the deeper shadow area here. Okay. Concentration. So, just so you guys know before I go, I won't be doing a Felissimo Friday video today. And I was going to do a live stream this evening, but after looking and reviewing the people that are regularly scheduled on Friday nights, I don't feel that it would be a good time for me to do that. I don't want to overrun somebody else's stream, and they deserve their time too, and they were here first. So I will finish that page tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my last stream for the before the holiday. So I will be finishing up that page, and as well as going through all of the things that we colored in December. I will be back after Christmas, of course, to give you a peek of all the wonderful things that I have received for Christmas. And we will be doing a holiday party. And I think we're going to do that on New Year's Eve, which is on a Saturday. So just letting you know that those are the changes that are going to happen today because of different time constraints. Now this one here is a darker brown. I'm hoping. Yes. So I'm going over top of that deep red, using that deep red brown as a shadow. So my first impressions of these pencils so far, and I will do a proper swatch and a proper review of them later on. But so far, they are coloring beautifully on this paper, which is a very, very smooth paper, and most pencils won't color on this smooth of a paper. And they're doing quite well. I'm actually able to layer things and blend them together. Now this is their premium grade, so their artist level grade of pencil. This is not the student grade, but we will give those a bit of a test as well when I do the full review. I wanted to see how well they did on the paper in this book as well, to ensure that that they work on pretty much anything. So if they're going to work on this really, really, really slick paper, I know they're going to work well on coloring book paper. All right, now we're going to take our Caran d'Ache blender and we're going to blend the underneath here. Just to make it look all nice and tidy. All right, so there we have it. There is our mushroom cap, and we have used all of these pencils to do this mushroom cap. So all of these pencils are in this area here. So that's quite a few pencils in such a small area. So I think they are doing okay so far. Like I said, I will do a proper review, a proper swatch, a proper test. I've just got to go through and put them in color order as well as number them so that when I do the swatch, it's easier to put them back where they belong. I'm going to switch over to the main screen here so you can see my mess. These are the pencils for the other book. So Mr. Pen sent me a set of glitter gel pens, two different sets of 36 colored pencils, both a student and an artist grade, as well as this wonderful box of these fantastic sharpeners. It's a dual hole sharpener. This one is quite large, and I am able to sharpen my Felissimos in it. So the Felissimo is quite a thick pencil, and it's square, and I'm able to get a beautiful sharpen out of this. Oh, we were going to test and see if the eraser's not red. Okay, the erasers are white. Awesome. So let's see how well the eraser does. So let's move this off of my book. I'm not going to erase on the book, so I'm going to just erase off of the swatch. So I'm just going to move the book out of the way too. Over here. I'm all over the place, I know. All right, so the student grade. Let's do the student grade. Well, it's taking it off. Oh, there goes my book. And there goes my dog. But it is picking up the color. So make sure that you wipe that color off. Alright, so it did erase quite a bit. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up so you can actually see. So it did erase quite a bit on the student grade. So let's see how well it does on the artist grade. Now I put gel pen there and it's dry now and it does have a bit of a white color to it. So the artist grade isn't coming up as well. And these are really dark colors too, so the fact that it's picking up any of it at all is phenomenal. But it is picking that color up on the eraser. So have something handy for you to erase that off of your eraser with. And be careful you don't pop off the bottom like I just did and get your sharpenings all over the place. That's just because I was being silly and tried to wipe something off of there in a manner that is not meant to be done. So that was my own fault. Now, does this come out? Ooh, this does come out. So the eraser comes out as well. So I do believe you can buy replacements for them, which is good to know as well. Now it is erasing that red a whole lot better than it did the green. Check that out. Took off that red really nicely. Alright, so this part of this red is not going to come off because I've got a gel pen on top of it. But the deeper red is coming off. So that's pretty good for red. That came off pretty good for red. I'm just going to wipe that clean as I can get it anyway, before I put it back on. Because I would hate to transfer any of that color. So I've wiped it as clean as I can get it. And I've got a bit of color still there and there. So let's see if that'll transfer. Now I'm pressing pretty hard. And I'm not getting any transfer color. So it's taken the color off, but it hasn't put it back on the paper, which is good. So that's a good thing as well. So the eraser that comes on it is white and it's curved, so you can get into some tighter areas. It does pick up the color, but it doesn't retransfer it to your paper, which is really good. Like for example, I'm going to erase the red here. Now this is the student grade red. And it came off pretty good too. Now I find that, yeah, these two came off about the same. Okay, so there's a little bit of the red on there, but not very much. And it's not going to transfer. So you can either erase that off with your another piece of paper, or you can just leave it like so. And I have what day and time? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Alexa. Alexa is an intelligent personal assistant developed by Amazon. I apologize. Oh my goodness, she just wanted to go on and on and on. I apologize. She just did not want to stop today. I don't know what her deal is. Okay, so the eraser combination, really, really, really nice combination. The Be careful when you turn it upside down and tap it. The pencil sharpener sharpens things very, very nicely. It does have a larger hole to do those larger pencils. It does erase quite nicely, and it does not it doesn't put the color that you erased back on your page. The student grade pencils, I'm going to switch back over to the main. The lower grade pencils, the student grade pencils, is what I'm assuming these are. It doesn't say anywhere on there. They are a hexagonal pencil and they are a little bit drier than the other colored pencils that they sent me, which are a premium quality. So both sets of pencils work very nicely. I do believe that together I'll have a beautiful 72 set, which will have the detail pencils as well as the full coverage pencils. They also sent me a lovely set of glitter gel pens, and as you can see here, they are quite glittery, and they have some pretty colors in there. A wonderful little set, definitely beautiful sets of starter supplies. Um, I'm really impressed with the pencil sharpener and eraser, and I'm really impressed with the premium quality pencils so far. Like I said, I will do a proper swatch and a proper coloring um, for the different sets. So I'll do a 36 set swatch for each set of pencils and a swatch for the gel pens. And we'll color the swatch chart and do some testing and that sort of thing. I did test water solubility, and they do not move with water. And I was not able to smudge them with my finger. So that is fantastic. All right, guys, so those are my first impressions of this wonderful thing, that wonderful gift that Mr. Penn sent me. Mr. Penn is a fantastic company. They've been around for a very long time. When I was in school, it was one of those companies that had all the best supplies. Um, and I always wanted Mr. Penn supplies. But this pencil sharpener and eraser is fantastic. The glitter gel pens are really nice. I like the fact that they do have the grip on them. Now I did not look to see if they have any color name or any number, which they do not. They just have the Mr. Penn logo. Sometimes they have a number stamped on the lid or on the color, and they don't. But that's okay. That's not something that many um, marker and pen people do. So, and like I said, this is a company that puts out a lot of school supplies and a lot of children's supplies. Not saying that they are only a school supply company, because they do have a artist grade or a premium grade in their pencils as well as their markers. So you can definitely utilize these at a lower cost to do your coloring, as well as if you're doing school supplies shopping and that sort of thing. Mr. Penn is a fantastic place to go to take a look. I will leave a link to the Mr. Penn website, as well as their space on Amazon. The Amazon link, of course, will be my affiliate link. I am not a Mr. Penn affiliate, and this is just 100% my own opinion. It was not purchased or anything like that. um, Mr. Penn offered to send me these gifts and asked if I enjoyed them, if I would review them. So I will do a proper review for them at another time. But for now, I have played with them a little bit, and they're actually really quite nice. So tomorrow I will be completing the Mystical Lands Christmas Book 3 by Karen E. Myers. And tomorrow will be the last stream before Christmas. We will have more after Christmas, but tomorrow is going to be the last stream before Christmas. I'm not going to do a Felissimo Friday today, um, just because of time constraints. I've got a lot of things to do today, and this video has actually taken a little bit longer than I expected. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. Um, we did get to color with the Mr. Penn's Premium um, pencils. And of course, my book fell, so I can't. And it did really, really nicely. They're not smudging, they're not moving. And even on this paper, which is really, really smooth, they were able to layer multiple colors, which is awesome. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all live tomorrow or later on in other people's live streams. Until next time, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.